Today's episode brought to you by Mazzo Media.
Today on Future Camera Guy, we talk about zoom. 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. How much zoom do you really need? And what effect does it have on the quality of your photograph? That and more on Future Camera Guy. Hello and welcome to another episode of Future Camera Guy, where we bring together cameras, camcorders, and the love of technology that shares our memories in one spot. I'm your host, Mateus Clement. So, I have a lot of people come into the store asking for mega zoom. They need lots and lots of zoom. And quite often when I do a little bit of probing around, I find out that zoom may not be the best thing we need. Now, I have a DSLR here in my hand, and the lens equipped with this gives me what you would call a 3x zoom. This is an 18mm to 55mm. My math may not be totally exact, but it gives you about a 3x zoom. I find that I can carry this lens around 85–95% of the time, and it does me just fine. It just means that I need to get a little closer to my subject, which always isn't a bad thing for taking a great photograph. Sometimes the photographer really needs to get in there. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times where you're going to need more zoom than just the 3 times. There are times where you go out on nature walks or whale watching tours, and there are lenses for that, whether it's built into a point and shoot or it's like a DSLR where you need another lens. There's a 55 to 250mm lens that Canon makes for this DSLR that is fantastic. I believe it's about $250, $275. And when I know that I'm going to be going out on tours or whale watching or hikes where I know that a zoom would be a really good thing, that's when I take it out. Or if I'm trying to take candid shots in public, that's when I'll take my zoom. But for the most part, this lens lives on my camera. And that's something that I really like to let people know about. But now the really big concern I have about zoom is when you use a larger and larger zoom, there's more and more chance that your photo will become blurry, no matter how good the image stabilization is, or that you're actually going to have a poor quality image. Because in point and shoot cameras, they have several elements, several pieces of glass that they have to work through in order to get to the sensor. The more pieces of glass that you have between the sensor and the original source, the more likely you have of a chance of getting a distorted image, whether it's low contrast, the saturation's off, blurry edges. It can be quite a bit. So unless you're shelling out about $350 or $500 for a point and shoot camera, the chances that you're going to get great optics inside of that camera are pretty low. I find that in all practicality, a 5 times to 10 times zoom will do most people just fine. Especially add to the fact that a lot of these cameras now have 12, 14, 16 megapixel shots. And what I mean by this is the fact that you can actually print photographs with an 8 megapixel photo. So if you do a little bit of math there, if you shoot a 16 megapixel photo, that means that you can digitally zoom twice more in to be able to still have a film quality shot. So again, it's not all about the zoom. Other factors you want to take in mind is the brand, which really strongly relates to the kind of image stabilization there is, and also the type of sensor that's inside, how many megapixels it has, and some of the other features that you may be looking for. Some people want a GPS, some people want to be able to have Wi-Fi. There's various things. So just don't get caught up on zoom and megapixels. It's a combination of things that make a great camera. And that's what I have to say about zoom. And just a friendly reminder that I work on commission. So if you're ever grabbing something in the store, let them know that Matt helped you. And they'll throw a few bucks my way for a commission, which helps me to create these videos on and help share our love of technology. And also don't forget, I have more videos down below that you can check out, and please subscribe. When you subscribe, you can actually get notifications about when more videos come out on tips and tricks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and next time I'll see you on Future Camera Guy.
Today's episode brought to you by Mazzo Media.